Credit cards feel pretty simple. Swipe, tap, and you're done. But behind the scenes, they can either be your best financial tool or honestly, a debt trap. Today, I'm going to break down exactly how credit cards really work so that you can use them to your advantage and avoid the mistakes that cost people thousands of dollars. So what is a credit card? A credit card is a short-term loan from a bank. Every time you swipe or tap, you're borrowing money that you're going to have to pay back at a later time. That's what makes it different than a debit card, where money's coming straight out of your bank account. Credit cards are useful because they're convenient, they offer better security, and if you use them right, they're one of the best ways to build your credit history. Now let's talk about statement dates, due dates, and grace periods. The statement date is when your billing cycle closes. Think of it as a snapshot of what you owe for that month. The due date is the deadline to pay that balance without being charged interest. For example, your statement might close on the 15th, but your payment won't be due until the 15th of the following month. That window in between is called the grace period, and it's actually one of the best features of a credit card. As long as you pay your balance in full before the due date, you technically borrowed that money interest-free. Now let's talk credit card fees. Some cards charge an annual fee just for being able to use the card, while others are completely free. Beyond that, there's foreign transaction fees if you use your credit card outside of your country. There's cash advance fees if you withdraw money from an ATM. And then there's also late payment fees if you miss your due date. These fees can add up pretty quickly, so it's really important to know exactly what fees your credit card charges. Now let's talk about interest and minimum payments. If you don't pay your balance in full, the bank is going to start charging you interest, which is the cost of borrowing the money. And credit card interest is no joke. It's often 20% or higher, which is very, very high. You'll always see a minimum payment on your statement, and it might seem manageable, but the thing is, if you're only paying the minimum payment, you're barely making a dent. Interest will keep piling on, and if your balance was, say, $500 and you're only paying the minimum payment, that could take you years to pay off, and you'll end up paying way more than $500 in the long run. One of the biggest ways that your credit card affects you is your credit score. And part of your credit score is something called credit utilization, which is how much of your limit that you're using every month. If you have a $1,000 credit limit and you're spending $950 every month, that would be a 95% credit utilization, which is going to hurt your credit score. The lower that you're able to keep your spending each month relative to your limit, the better it's going to be. If you pair that with paying on time every month, your credit score is going to climb, and that's going to help you when you're trying to take out additional debt, which could be another credit card, it could be a mortgage, and anything like that. Now the fun part, rewards. A lot of credit cards give you cash back, travel points, or store perks just for spending money that you would normally spend anyways. A cashback card, for example, might give you 2% back on groceries or gas. It's really just a nice bonus, but try not to fall for the trap spending more money than you might have originally just so you can get those credit card perks, because then it's not worth it. You should really be using your card for regular purchases, paying it off every month, and then the perks that come with your credit card are just a nice bonus. So here's the simple framework to let credit cards work for you. Always pay your balance off in full before the due date. Only spend what you can afford and could actually pay for yourself right now. And try and keep your credit utilization as low as possible, but I understand that sometimes you have to spend more money than you would like. Do those three things consistently, and you'll build great credit, you'll never pay a dollar in interest, and you'll earn some bonus perks for spending what you normally would anyways. Thanks for listening, and I hope you learned something.